Hey, Sport of Iron family, Liz here, coming to you from my bedroom. Every day this week, one of our trainers will be giving you a workout to do. Today we're going to do booty and abs, but some people might be throwing in more cardio or more HIIT. Some might be sticking to strength, so every day you'll get a different workout coming to you around midday every day. So keep an eye on our social media just so that we can keep you working out, keep you going, and have you ready for when the gym is able to reopen after all that's going on. So today we're going to be doing booty and abs, and I know that time is limited on these videos, so I'm not going to be able to do the entire workout with you. I'm just going to show you what you can do. So with booty and abs, it is always helpful to have some equipment at home. I wouldn't expect everybody to have everything. I will show you what you can use, and then my home gym is quite limited, so it's not like I have this amazing gym at home. But today we're also going to be using gallon jugs, which I have a feeling some of you have stocked up on, so you can use things like this. I want you to be creative with what's in your house, because there's a lot of different ways that you can do weight resistance without having traditional weights. I am going to use bands, which wrap around your legs. So I'm going to be using bands. If you don't have one, it's not a big deal. You just don't use it. It's not a big deal. The only reason that I like this, it just adds a little bit of extra resistance, so your workout is a little bit more intense. And I think that's probably what we want out of a short home workout. So here we go. So let's warm up. At home, I would love it if you did some high knees or some mountain climbers, you know, just to sort of get your heart pumping before we work out. So coming down into a plank position and just pumping your legs, mountain climbers. So maybe doing 20 of those just to sort of start to warm up. High knees is sort of like jumping in place. So just staying on your knees just for a few seconds. You don't have to do a huge warm up. Once you've done that, let's just stretch out a little bit. Let's get our body prepared. Let's warm up our muscles. So arms all the way up and lean forward, coming down. Just stretching. Try and keep your posture. And you can grab your ankles, grab your legs, grab your feet, whatever's closest, and just sort of pull down. Putting your hands on the floor if you can, and bending your knees into a squat. Bringing your hands into a prayer position, and then using those elbows to push out of those legs, putting all of your weight in your heels. Let's just open up your hips a little bit. Super fun. You may hear my kids yelling from time to time, but I think I have them corralled pretty good at the moment, watching a video. All right, so we're just gonna come down. I'm just gonna do a couple different quick lunges just to open you up a little bit. So lunge, and again, you're gonna hold these longer than I am. I'm just sort of doing this to show you. Preferably, you'd like to hold every stretch for 20 to 30 seconds if you can. Arms up with this one and just lean into that stretch. So I'm just showing you quickly for time's sake. So lunging down, putting that knee down, arms up. Coming down onto your high knee. And I want you to put one leg in front of you, the other one straight on top. So knee on top of foot, foot on top of knee. Arms all the way up, leaning forward like your waist is a hinge. And just putting your forearms on the floor and just leaning into it. Not everybody will be able to do this, as simple as it looks. It really works on your hips, and so many people have very tight hips. So don't stress out if you can't do this. Do what you can. So other side, again, foot on top of knee, knee on top of foot, leaning forward. Easing in. Okay, basic stretches are done. Let's get into that workout. Today we're going to be doing more of a strength workout. It's what I like to do, so here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to do supersets. So for each superset, I want you to set a timer on your clock for 6 minutes. That's how long you're going to stay in that station, we'll call it. And a superset sort of just means that you're going to do a move, as long as you're supposed to do it, jump right into the next move, and then take a 1 minute break. So what you're going to do is do the move, take a minute break, then do the move, take a minute break, and it might just be just the right amount of time for that 6 minutes. Hopefully you'll get about 3 different supersets in for those 6 minutes, and here we go. do is a sumo squat. So I'm gonna use a gallon of water as my weight. So you wanna hold whatever you're using up at your chest. Sort of like if you had a barbell, you'd be putting it on your chest. So we're gonna use this. It's not super heavy, but it's better than nothing. Feet a little bit farther than hip width apart. Sort of toes pointing outward a little bit. We're gonna put all of your weight in your heels, and we're going to come down and back up. Come down and back up. So I want you to do 20 of those because we have to do a little bit more reps now that we have lighter weight than we have at the gym. So 20 sumo squats. Then we're gonna go right into a weighted donkey kick. So a donkey kick is coming down on your tabletop and bringing your heel up towards the sky so you really feel it isolated in your glutes. Now, if you weight this, it'll be a little bit better for the work. You'll get a little bit more out of the workout. So you can use a dumbbell. I have a 5-pound dumbbell here. You can use a can of beans. I have that here as well. And you can use your band. So this is the perfect time to put a band on your legs and kick up. So any one of those three will work. I'll show you the dumbbell. You just take the dumbbell and you put it in the crook of your knee, get in the tabletop, and you do your donkey kicks. Again, we're gonna do 20 on each side for this superset. Okay, so we're gonna do that 20 each leg, and that's superset number 1. Okay, so superset number 2, we're going to do weighted oblique crunches, and we're also going to be doing some split squats. So I just happen to have a bench right here as part of my fireplace hearth. However, you can use a small stool, you can use a chair that you have in your house, use anything that you want to use for sure. So, okay, for the oblique split squats, I'm going to use my gallon water jugs, but if you have dumbbells, please feel free to use those. You put them in your hands. So I always just make sure that I roll my chest back so that I'm in perfect posture, feet about hip width apart, and you're just going to lean to the side, letting the weight sort of draw you down and then pull back up. Letting the weight draw you down and pull back up. Weight draw you down, pull back up. So I want you to do 15 on each side. Pull back up. And pull back up. Using those obliques, you should really feel that in your sides on either side. So that's first part of that superset. Then we're going to do split squats. So you're going to bring your foot in front of you. The other foot is going to be behind you on that bench, on that stool. Whatever you have that's just a little bit higher than ground level. Get yourself in a position, bring your weight up to your chest, and squat down on either side, putting your weight into your heels. Okay, so you're gonna do this both sides. Again, putting your weight into your heels. And you're gonna do those 20 on each side. Superset number 2 is done. Okay, superset number 3 is pretty simple. It does really help for this one if you have a band at home. If you don't, no big deal, not a big deal at all. But I'm gonna put mine on to show you how you can use it. Bands are really neat because you can use them for a lot of different exercises at the gym or at home, and it could just intensify the move or the workout that you're doing. Okay, so we're gonna do glute bridges. Glute bridges are a great way to work on that high knee. So, let's take our weight. You could also use a dumbbell here, or you don't have to use any weight at all. You're gonna get onto your mat or on your floor, come down, bring your heels as close to your high knee as possible. Put your weight really in like the hinge of your waist, or no weight, you don't have to do a weight at all. Bring your head down, and we're just going to lift. And lift. So lifting up, using those glutes, really thinking about them as you're moving. So I want you to do 20 of these because the weight's gonna be pretty low. So 20 glute bridges. Then, you can leave your band on, but you don't even need a band. I want you to get into a squat position and stay as low as you can and just walk side to side. Low squat walk. You don't need a band, or you can use one. Low squat walk, really isolating that high knee. Okay, so I want you to do that 20 each way for that movement, and that's superset number 2. No, 3 completed. Okay, friends, superset number 4 is we're gonna do some walking lunges, or you can do static lunges, meaning you just kind of go forward or backward, or you can walk around your house. So a lunge is pretty much from standing, you're gonna come down into a lunge. Some people also go back into a lunge, whatever you want. So if you can put the band on to make this a little bit harder, and you can also weight this. So take your weight, and we're just gonna do lunges. 4 lunges, 20 each way, okay? So that's going to be number 1 of the superset. Number 2 is going to be a bicycle crunch. Pretty basic standard move. Getting on your back. Bringing your feet up, sort of at 90 degrees. I like to put my ankles together. Crunching up. And then you're just going to do a knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. And you're just going to go back and forth. So I want you to do 30 of these. And that's superset number 4. Okay. Our last superset number 5. I'm going to throw my band back on. However, you do not need a band. If you have ankle weights, this could be cool here too. We're going to do some clams. So, I'm going to come down on your side. And what we're going to do is keep our toes together and our knees down. Just about, you want to have a little bit of a gap here so that your hips are exactly, your knees are hip width apart. You're going to put your toes together and open up like a clam. If you have a band, this makes it much harder. So you're going to do this 15 times on each side. Do each side, even out that high knee. So those are your clams. Then we're going to do some side oblique dips. So coming onto your forearm, pushing up. You can bring your arm up or down, but I just want you to dip and come back up. Dip and come back up. Dip and come back up. 20 on each side. So that there is superset number 5. Once you're done with all of your stations, I want you to make sure that you stretch out at the end, doing some of the same things that we did at the beginning. You should always stretch after a workout. Give yourself some water. Be proud of yourself. You worked out from home. You did it. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. You know, we'd much rather see you in the gym, but in these hard times, we really want to come together. So comment below with some videos of yourself doing the workout, and I hope you all enjoy your day. Some things you can do if you have a child at your disposal. If you want heavier weights, you can curl your kid. You can curl your dog. It's just a joke, don't curl your dog. They wouldn't last for all the reps you need to do. Come down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Oh.